All right, welcome to the Deal Structure Sunday with Nick, my son, who's our buyer specialist and partner, as well as Hien in Michigan. Welcome, Hien.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Nick.
Hey, Hien.
I want to say for the viewers, first of all, congrats because this is deal number one for Hien. So congrats while you're off busy doing your JOB. What do you do for work? You might as well let the viewers know, Hien.
Yeah, I'm a cloud engineer, senior cloud engineer, working for Oracle. So, yeah.
So you're a little busy working for Oracle full time while you're doing your real estate.
Right, correct. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to dive into this deal, and then Nick's here because Hien and Nick work very closely. This is what we do with the Wicked Smart team. We work with the associates. Hien is a high six associate, and they were on the phone quite often bringing this to fruition. So let's dive into the math first. This was a subject to existing financing deal that we actually did through another company of ours called Wicked Smart Finance. In the deal structure overtime, I'll let you know what that is because we're able to fund deals, even though we teach no money down, we're able to fund deals that you might otherwise walk away from. So we want to make sure you go to the deal structure overtime when we're done here at wickedsmartacademy.com. The source of this, Hien, was what? Was it expired? I forget.
This is no. This is just a for sale by owner.
For sale by owner, okay?
Yeah.
And then I remember, just for context for the viewers, he ended the first call. He's feeling new. He passed it over to me. I did a call to the seller, and we kind of volleyed back and forth, similar to what Nick did with him on the buyer side. Because it's a sub 2, we didn't structure a term, to my recollection, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's yep.
So no term.
Yeah, with the sellers, yeah, it's a term for 48 months, I believe.
Oh, there is a term?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay. So we did 48 months?
yeah, yeah, with the seller, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. All right. The debt on this house is how much? Mortgage?
It's 92,000 for 12.
And remind me, did we promise him any equity on top of that?
At the end, the equity is 28,187.
28,187. You guys want to stick around for the overtime because this gentleman that sold us his house actually was an investor. And so that it always begs the question, because I get it from you and you viewers all the time, why would a buyer do this? Why would a seller do this? He had a partnership that was breaking up and he wanted to clean up. What did we sell this for, Hien?
164.9.
While Nick's here, Nick, let me go back to the seller, then I'm going to say how long for the buyer. From the day you spoke to him, and I forget his name, but the seller, how long did it take you and I to wrap the deal up? Was it only a few weeks?
Yeah, only a couple of weeks. Yeah.
A couple weeks. It was fairly short. In fact, he wanted to go quickly. And then Nick,
Yes,
from the
exactly.
time we got it under agreement, we said, hey, Nick, go. How long did it take you and Hien to get the buyer wrapped up, which has just happened?
Yeah, it was amazing. With Nick's help, I was able to, we were able. I got inundated with buyers. Okay, first of all, the system works great, and
I was going to say,
couldn't
good
keep
problem
up
to have.
with Nick. Yeah, it took like a couple of weeks to get a buyer, and to have a buyer sign up, and then by about 3 weeks. But I have so many buyers I couldn't keep up. So, but we found a buyer. So.
Great. Nick, comments on that?
Yeah, which we had several conversations on here, and you gotta be staying up on these buyers on these calls, calling people back. But yeah, I think in total, I think it was maybe 5 or 6 weeks from when we first started marketing it to when we had an accepted buyer, and that buyer is going to be signing tomorrow.
So they had their buyer meeting. For context for the viewers. The initial buyer meeting where we do what we call buyer letter of intent. Everything's agreed upon. Nick and Hien together as a team accepted them. And now they have the formal signing at the attorneys coming up here. I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yep.
Okay.
Tomorrow, yep.
So let's talk about this. How much, we're going to go basic numbers and then we're going to go into some details that Nick worked on with you, Hien, when we get to the deal structure overtime. Basic numbers, how much do we get from the buyer upfront and overtime?
$15,000.
15 even total?
Yes.
Okay, great, simple. Payday 2, we are paying out on the underlying debt. Remember now, for the viewers, we purchased this home subject to the existing financing. The attorney in Michigan preferred to do it using the contract for deed route versus actually transferring title. We don't care. It's the same end result for us accounting-wise, and we usually lean on the local attorneys to decide how they want to do that and paper that deal. So the monthly payment on the underlying debt we're making on this 92 is how much?
$912.
Okay, and remind me, does that include principal, interest, taxes, insurance,
Yep.
everything? Yeah,
Yep, escrow. Yep, including escrow.
great. The payment you and Nick negotiated for the buyer to pay us?
It's 1235, 1,235. Yeah, this is including taxes. Yeah.
Okay, and Nick, I know you have, because the last several deal structure videos, in case the viewers are new, talked about we have a very specific plan with you to make sure the house sells, and they do that with numbers. Did this start at 1235 and go, or did it go start higher and you guys had to come down to 1235?
Started, yeah, actually it did start higher. It started a touch higher than that, and 1235 wasn't the price that we were out marketing at. The monthly price that we were out marketing without taxes was, I think, 1,025. We started a little bit higher, and then we had to come down as per the marketing plan to that. And actually it coincided, us accepting this buyer coincided with we were going to have to drop the price again per the marketing plan that we came up with at the beginning of the deal. So rather than do that, we felt like this buyer was the strongest candidate to get this wrapped up, and we really felt like he could handle the amount of work that was required for this property.
All right, so we'll dive into that nuance as well as the tax nuance that Nick just said, because he does this in his sleep. He does it every day. We're going to talk about what he meant by the tax addition and why he was lower and how they got to 1235. We'll do that in the deal structure overtime. So that was a good teaser there. What is the net cash flow here? A little over $300 per month?
Yeah, about 323.
And what'd you guys structure for a term with the buyer?
24 months.
It's actually, we did 36, Hien, if you remember. We
Oh, we did?
extended it.
Oh, we did? Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
36.
36. Yeah.
Okay.
So 36 months, does that make that payday around 10 grand?
Yep.
I'm going to just use round numbers. Do you have the exact?
Okay, let me get it.
It's going to be 12 months off. I know that's why you...
Yeah, 11,592.
Oh, cool. Okay, 11,592 for pay. So we got payday 1 of 15, 11,592 for payday 2. Payday 3, we had a price premium. We marked up this home approximately how much?
30,900.
30,900. The reason I'm pausing here is we did put a down payment here. If they're trying to figure out these numbers don't equal the 30,900, the reason Hien used Wicked Smart Finance is we did a small down payment for this property. Principal pay down on the underlying debt of $912 a month is how much?
4680.
$4680 total over the term.
Yeah, but actually...
Be a little higher, right, with the extra 12?
Yeah, it's actually higher, sorry.
That's okay.
70-20. So, sorry, 70-20.
70-20. Fantastic. So there we got payday number 1 deposit. We got to give them credit. Let's picture, if you're a viewer, the end of the term is near for this buyer. They're going to the closing table just like they would any other closing. They're going to get credit for their deposit. We're going to talk about sourcing and all that other stuff on the overtime, but that's what has to happen. Payday 3 cash out then is how much, Hien?
22,920.
22,920. So all total, those 3 numbers, I know we threw a curveball at you on the term, but we're looking at what, 27 and 22, around 40 something grand?
Yeah, 43 something. Hang on.
Close enough, Hien. That's good. So we're talking in the 40 to 45 range for Hien's very first deal, learning on the run. And we're going to talk about in the deal structure overtime a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff here when I talk about learning on the run. The most interactive, the most powerful way you can learn these real estate deals is to do them with us. Hien, I think you'd agree with that, right? Being in the trenches?
I totally agree. Otherwise, I couldn't get this fast and this far without the coaching and the mentoring. So yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
because
love
there's
it.
so many nuance, to deal with the sellers and to deal with the buyers, and with the lawyers and everything. It's quite complicated transaction. So
Well, let's use what you just said, the nuances, to jump over to the deal structure overtime. You guys, the viewers, can go to wickedsmartacademy.com. We'll jump into a little bit more of the nuances for a few minutes, give you kind of behind the curtain, and we'll see you over in overtime.